Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and last week I did a video where I went into Rugby League World Cup 4 and I made my 2021 Australian Kangaroo side. Now it's time to do the same with the New Zealand Kiwis. Now the World Cup was supposed to be happening this year, obviously it hasn't happened. So I was sort of wondering, and I'm sure a lot of people were wondering, who would have been in the New Zealand side? Will we have seen some new faces? In fact, we definitely would have seen some new faces. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck was in the side. He's not going to be there anymore. He's off at rugby. I think Benji Marshall was the captain. I think he was in the side. Obviously probably not going to be in there. He's retired now. So we definitely would have seen a new look New Zealand side. And I think it would have been a very, very competitive side compared to Australia, compared to England, even compared to Tonga and Samoa and stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing for today's video. We're just going to be picking my 2021 New Zealand Kiwi side. It's just my opinion though. This isn't the official one. Also, we'll just mention New Zealand actually named a bit of a squad for the World Cup. Although it didn't happen, they still named a bit of a squad. So I've kind of gone off that. And I think even in terms of who they've picked, there's no one outside of it who they probably would have picked anyway. So the squad is pretty accurate. And I think even in terms of naming reserves and such, I've just used players who were in that squad as well. Now we're just about to jump onto Rugby League World Cup 4. But before we do so, I just want to take time to say if you do to enjoy this video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also make sure you use the notification bell. Don't rely on the sub boxes, don't rely on the suggested videos. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos. Also, you gotta go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. You can see there my Twitter and Instagram are Mr. Luke and YT. Same as my Snapchat and my TikTok. I've been making a lot of TikToks lately, so go ahead and give me a follow on that. But also give me a follow on Facebook if you use that. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke. Also worth mentioning is that I have some merch. You guys are asking for it. The link is in the description below. If you want to go and pick up some, that would be very much appreciated. Put a lot of time and effort into it, so definitely go take a look at it. Also, the last thing I need to mention is the sponsor of this video, Manscaped.
Who is the best in men's below the waist grooming champions of the world? Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0, all across Australia and New Zealand. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code MrLuke at manscaped.com. Now, I've been on the lookout for a new razor to use, and honestly, I never used an electric one because, well, I can't really grow a beard, so I've never really had a reason to have one, but I do need something for the other areas. But I wasn't sure about using an electric trimmer. But let me tell you, the Lawnmower 4.0 works. It's as simple as that. And I'm a bit of a rookie in this field. I've been in the Rookie of the Year calculations for the Dally M's rather than the actual Dally M medal itself. At least in terms of this sort of stuff. But thanks to the advanced skin-safe technology, which reduces grooming injuries, my nether regions are as safe as Nathan Cleary kicking a conversion from the sideline. The Lawnmower 4.0 charges wirelessly, is waterproof so you can use it in the shower, and even has a couple different lengths you can cut to. So I might even have to try it on my actual hair, seeing as I can't get to the hairdressers. Fellas, it's time to make trimming your time and not a chore. Make me time the best time and go ahead and try the Lawnmower 4.0. Like I said earlier, I have a discount code which is Mr. Luke, which can be used at manscaped.com. The link is in the description below as well as the discount code. Guys, can't stress this enough. Support the people who support me, and more importantly, support Manscaped.
Alrighty, that's the intro out of the way. Now we can jump onto Rugby League World Cup 4. Alrighty, here we are. This is a straight up custom side. This isn't like I've taken the World Cup version or the initial version in the game, just the original one, and added new players. I've made a brand new team, the New Zealand Kiwis 2021. Let's go and take a look at the identity. You can see all that sort of stuff. Not real important. I have actually uploaded this to the Fan Hub too. You can see there retrieving information. It is uploaded, so you can go and download it as well. Here's the jerseys there, the normal one and the World Cup version. They're just the default jerseys from New Zealand, but I have the World Cup version, so I uploaded that as well. But the main thing we're going to be taking a look at is the roster and then the lineup. So you can see here, Brandon Smith is the highest rated player, 89. I think that's pretty fitting for Brandon Smith, especially after this season. Fantastic year for him. At the start of the season, probably would have had him about 84, 85, but after this year, let's not talk about the off-field things, but in terms of the season he had, 89 rated is very fitting. James Fisher-Harrison, 88. Very, very good season from him. Obviously won the premiership. I think you can argue he's the best prop in the game. If he's not the best prop, he's right up there. So 88 for him, I think very fitting. Joey Manu in at 88. Such a versatile player. I absolutely love Joey Manu. It's a shame his season came to an end, how it did. But look, 88 rated for him. Maybe a touch high, maybe a touch low. I don't really know. Joey Manu, fantastic player though. Super versatile. Can play fullback, center, wing, 5'8", halfback. Chuck him in any position, he will do a job for you. Jerome Hughes, 87. You can argue that might be a little low for Jerome Hughes, considering how he played. Even the final series, when everybody else was shit in the bed, Jerome Hughes stood up for that Storm side. Didn't get the job done, but he definitely did play well. Nelson Asafa-Solomona, 86. Maybe a little bit too high for Nelson, but 86. Pretty decent for Nelly from Welly. We've got Kenny Bromwich here, 86. Tohu Harris, 86. I think very fitting for them. Shaun Johnson in at an 86. He's an interesting one because I feel like on the game, if you don't make him an 86, it doesn't feel like Shaun Johnson. However, you look at his gameplay from the last couple of years, and you probably wouldn't say, oh, he's an 86 rated player, especially considering Jerome Hughes is an 87, only one rating difference. But Shaun Johnson, he's got the speed, he's got the skill, he's just got those things that you can't really put into stats. So, look, 86 rated, it's probably not fitting for Shaun Johnson, but just in terms of playing with him, 86 is fine for me. Got Chance there at 86. So disappointing the injuries he's had, especially this season. I was going to say last couple of seasons, but pretty much just this season. He was playing really, really well. And he's an integral part to that Canberra side, and I think he's an underrated part as well. He was out for most of the season, and obviously they weren't getting the results, but not enough was being talked about Chance being out. So 86 from him. I would expect him to be the fullback. Jared Hargreaves, Jesse Bromwich, they'd be your front row. Kieron Foran, resurgence and a half for Kieron Foran. Although he was actually pretty good at the Bulldogs when he was on the field, but great season from Kieron Foran. Foz with 87 there. I think that's pretty fitting. Campbell Marlowe, a little bit higher. Wasn't initially in this side. I'm not even sure if he's actually in the World Cup squad, but I've chucked him in there because he would have been there in previous years. Britton Nakoro is another one I just chucked in there, 84 rated. Joseph Tapine, 84 rated. I really rate Tapine. Obviously, had a little bit of off-field issues in terms of at Canberra and his misses posting, but I really rate Tapine. Got Josh Alloway there, Corey Harrier-Nora, Isaac Liu, Mulatalo, all in the squad. Isaiah Papali'i, 83. Probably should be rated a little bit higher, but this was sort of his breakout year. So he's only 83 at the moment for me, but could be rated higher. Kevin Proctor would have been higher in previous years, but not so much this year. Jordan Rapiner, same can be said about Proctor. Braden Uwelli, Dylan Brown, Morgan Harper, Cody Nikorima, Remus Smith, Dylan Lesniak, Jeremy Marshall King, and Chanel Harris-Tavita. Now, that is the roster that we're working with. Now, for the team we're putting together in terms of the actual 17, I'm sort of trying to think of what would have actually been the side going into the World Cup. Obviously, I know who I would pick in certain positions, but I'm trying to go with who I think would actually play. So this is a team that I've actually come up with. So, at fullback, I've got Chance Klodstad. I think he would have been the fullback. Obviously, if Roger was there, he would have been the fullback. But Chance, he's there, and I think Chance probably would have ended up in the centres. We've got Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. I think he's pretty safe on the wing. Obviously, there's some other options, like we saw. Kemba Marlowe was there earlier. But I think Dallin, I think he would get the spot on the wing. That's where he's playing for the Warriors. I just chucked him in there. I can't really see any other guys. Maybe Mulatalo or someone, but Watene-Zelezniak's been there and done it for the Kiwis, so I can see them sticking loyal with him. Actually, this happened with the Australian side. I didn't even save. I just went through and done this, and it hasn't saved at all. Give me 2 seconds.
A few moments later.
Alright, I just want to fix everything up. So Dallin Watene-Zelezniak was where we ended up with. I wouldn't even be surprised if he ends up as the captain. I'm pretty sure he was the captain before Benji Marshall. Then also you got to take it off him. But I feel like he was the captain. And they don't really have a captain because they don't have Benji in the side. I've given it to Jesse Bromwich, but we'll go for the rest of the side. Joey Manu and Remus Smith in the centres. Joey Manu picks himself. He can chuck him in any position and he'd be the star of the show, to be honest with you. Remus Smith, though, I had a little bit of a decision to make of who was going to be the centre. Initially, I had Morgan Harper in there, and then I thought, no, Remus Smith, he had a really good year at Melbourne, and obviously he's come out of a good system. They were in the top 4, they nearly made the grand final. Whereas Morgan Harper, in the final series, he kind of ripped to shreds, to be honest. Whereas Remus Smith, he was pretty solid throughout the whole year. So we're going with Remus Smith, but I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Morgan Harper ended in the centres. And then you got Jordan Rapiner. He spent a lot of time in the centres and at fullback and just out of position this year, but we all know his quality. He's getting up there in age, but I feel like Jordan Rapiner, he's got enough good years left in him, and I think he'd find himself on the wing there. Then you got a halves combination of Jerome Hughes and Kieron Foran. Now, had a lot of this was another one where it's a tough decision. Obviously, you got Shaun Johnson there, a few other guys who could be playing in the halves, but I went with Kieron Foran. I feel like they would have went with the experience. You got Jerome Hughes there, who is your runner and can sort of play eyes up football. And Kieron Foran can also do the same, but he can also direct the team around. And like I said, he is super experienced. He's been there and done it. He's won premierships. And I think if you play Jerome Hughes and Shaun Johnson together, I think they're sort of just a little bit too similar. So I feel like they would have went with Kieron Foran. Even Benji Marshall, maybe an option if the World Cup had happened. But Kieron Foran for me would have got the nod. And then you've got Jesse Bromwich and James Fisher-Harris as your starting props. I wasn't sure who to go with as the starters because they actually do have a lot of good quality props. Jaria Hargreaves and Nelson Solomona on the bench. Just shows you the quality of this 4-pack for New Zealand. It's actually a very underrated 4-pack, I will say. Then you got Brandon Smith there. So the front row, Jesse Bromwich, Brandon Smith, and James Fisher-Harris. Fisher-Harris just won a premiership. Jesse Bromwich and Brandon Smith have won premierships in the past. That's a hell of a front row, and that's right up there with the Australian front row, I'll tell you that. Then you got the back row of Isaiah Papali'i, then Kenny Bromwich as well. So the 2 Bromwich boys in the starting side. Very, very solid. Papali'i, I think he deserves his spot in this starting side, and I think he would have got it. He was in the starting side for the Dally M team of the year, and he's been the starting side for the Parramatta side this year, and he's had a very good season. Definitely a breakout season for him. So he's in there in the second row of Kenny Bromwich. Tory Harris in the lock position. I can't remember if he was actually playing lock for the Warriors, but he's definitely capable of playing it. I thought he had a really good season as well. Another one who's super underrated. Pretty sure he was in the Dalian Team of the Year last year, but I don't think he made it this year. Then you got a bench of Nicarima, Solomona, Hargraves, and Tapini. Now the bench is kind of an interesting one because I look at Cody Nicarima and you sort of look at all the players and you say, which one isn't like the others? Solomona, Premiership winner. Warrior Hargreaves, Premiership winner. These are multiple Premiership winners. Joseph Tapini, big bowler from the Raiders, a lot of potential. And then you got Nicarima, who Warriors fans probably don't even really want him. But I feel like he's kind of the guy you can just chuck on the bench. Even in terms of just the NRL, whether it's at the Warriors, at the Broncos, wherever he ends up, he's always good value off the bench because he can cover a lot of positions. And that's why I think he would get the nod in terms of this side. Now you could go with guys like looking at the rest of the players, like Dylan Brown. Does he deserve to be in this side? Probably, and he's definitely an option. Even guys like Jeremy Marshall-King, Shaun Johnson, who's some other guys, like Nakora, Harris DeVita. There's a lot of guys who can come on the bench, maybe play a little bit of a utility role, maybe just even go for 4 big boppers, I don't know. But there's some other guys I could have went with, but I just feel like they would have went for the utility, especially with Brandon Smith. If anything happens, Brandon Smith can move into the forwards. You can chuck on Nicarima in at the hooker position. Same can be said for the halves. If Foran goes down, which he does quite often, or Jerome Hughes, or even the back line. Even like if Chance goes down, you can chuck Nicarima there, or you can move Jerome Hughes to fullback and chuck Nicarima in the halves. I just really rate Nicarima off the bench. I wouldn't start him for sure, but just in terms of the dynamic of this side, I think he works well. So that's my 17. You saw the squad there. Let me know in the comment section below, what would be your 17 for the New Zealand Kiwis? Like I said, the captain was Jesse Bromwich. Could easily see Dallin Watene-Zelezniak being the captain. In terms of goal kicker, I don't really know too many goal kickers in this side. Definitely don't want Foran kicking. He missed from in front. But I think Jerome Hughes, he might be able to kick. Maybe Joey Manu or someone. I think Jordan Rapana actually kicks as well. Maybe we change it to Rapana. I think he's kicked before. So Jordan Rapana can be our goal kicker. But that is our side. That is a fantastic side. It's super strong. It's way stronger than I remember this New Zealand side being, especially over the last couple of years. They've always had some good players. They've always had guys like Shaun Johnson and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. They've always had your Benji Marshalls and your Jesse Bromwiches and even guys like Warrior Hargreaves who have been good for a number of years. But at the moment, this side, I think this can easily match it with the Australian side, especially the forward pack. It's super strong. The back line is a little bit hit and miss. Like Watene-Zelezniak can be absolute guard, and he usually is for New Zealand. Nicole Klodstad has been injured quite a lot, but I think at his best can sort of match it with the Australian boys. Maybe not so much like Tedesco and Trbojevic, but just in terms of playing a solid game, he can do it. Joey Manu is the real X factor of that side. We've seen him tear apart Latrell Mitchell before. And you got Remus Smith there, who's been fairly good. Rapana, that's sort of where you sort of get let down there. But that's a great halves combination. Jerome Hughes, Kieron Foran really even each other out. I just think it's a really good side. In terms of playing in Rugby League World 4, I'm so keen to play with this side. It looks like such a good team. I can't wait to rip apart some teams with them. Anyways, that's where I'm going to end this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, make sure you use the notification bell. Don't rely on the sub boxes. Don't rely on the suggested videos. Use the notification bell and never miss any of my videos. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke and YT for the most part. That includes Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, basically everything apart from Facebook, which is Mr. Luke's. Go ahead, give me a follow, give me an ad, do all that sort of stuff. Also, go ahead and check out the merch. Cop some of the merch. Some of you guys have already copped it and you've been receiving it, and I've heard great feedback. So, look, so far so good. That's pretty much what I got to say about the merch. Speaking of so far so good, the sponsor of this video, it is very good. It is Manscaped. Now, I have a discount code. It is for 20% off and free shipping worldwide. So definitely go ahead and check it out. Your balls will thank you. I'm so glad Manscaped have come on board the channel. I really, really rate this product. And like I said, you get 20% off with my code. So definitely go and use it. It's Mr. Luke. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to end up wrapping up this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content on the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Probably playing with the New Zealand side. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye.